So today I'm going to be showing you how to draw Gary, SpongeBob's pet snail, okay? So we're going to start off, we're going to draw the entire thing in pencil, and then we'll go back in and color him in here in just a moment. Now to help you guys out, I will be putting the finished drawing right here above the logo. That way you guys have something to reference while we draw, okay? So I have my pencil, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of go to the middle of the page, and I'm going to go over just a little bit, okay? And this is where we're just going to draw a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just try your best. Okay, so something like that. And then I'm going to draw his second eye right behind this one, okay? So I'm going to draw another circle the same size. I'm just going to start a little bit into this eye like that, okay? So I'm just going to draw the same size. I'm drawing a little bit darker so you guys can see it. If you want to draw lighter, that way if you have to erase or you want to change anything, that's more than okay. All right, now from here, we're gonna go down, and he kind of has, his eyes are connected to his body by these long, I don't even know what you call them. They just come down like this. Okay, so it's kind of a straight line, but kind of has maybe a little bit of a curve to it. It just comes down like that, okay? And then this one is gonna be at a little bit more of an angle, but it's gonna connect maybe to like here, okay? So from here, it's gonna draw up, and it kind of gets thin in the middle, a little bit thicker at the top. Something like that, okay? All right, now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a line that comes over about halfway through this one, okay? And this is gonna be the edge of his mouth. And it's just gonna curve around and down like that, okay? And then to draw his other side of his mouth, I'm gonna draw the top of his mouth first, or the top of his head. I don't know exactly what you want to call it, but it's just going to come across like that, okay? All right, and now we're going to draw a shape similar to this one right here. Just going to curve around and down like that. All right, great job so far. All right, now let's go ahead and draw his mouth, all right? So kind of the same shape as what we did here. I'm just going to come in a little bit, and I'm going to draw a line over. And this is basically just going to be kind of a weird oval, I guess. But it's just going to kind of curve to it. So these are both sides of it. I'm just going to kind of make it the shape of the cheeks. And then it just kind of curves like a smile. Like that. All right, and while we're here, we're just going to give him some teeth. And these are just straight lines that come down. Okay. So I might just do like 4 lines like that. All right, awesome job. Now let's go ahead and we're gonna work on his shell, and then we'll kind of finish his body after we know how long it's gonna be, okay? So we're gonna come from kind of like the middle of where we put his cheek, okay? I'm just gonna draw a little line that comes up like that, and it's gonna cut over. And this should go just a little bit further than his eye if you wanna line it up, okay? And then I'm gonna come from where we ended, I'm gonna come in just a little bit. This is just gonna curve up and go into his eye like that, okay? All right, and then we're gonna pretend like this kind of keeps on going, and it's gonna come out the other side, and this is where it's gonna start to curve, okay? Just gonna kind of do a slow, gradual curve. Might make it a little bit bigger. All right, and I'm actually gonna stop there because I don't know exactly how far I wanna make it quite yet. Okay, so I think I might actually kind of start at the bottom of the shell, and then we'll work our way over. All right, so we kind of we started his shell right here. So I'm gonna bring a curved line that comes down, and then it's just gonna kind of curve back over. Okay, so it shouldn't go much below his smile, but probably maybe just like a little bit. Okay, and it's gonna curve back like this. And then kind of like we did over here, we're gonna make that same shape. It's gonna be a little bit lower than the other side, if you even wanna line it up. So it's gonna be a little bit lower. It's gonna go back like this. Okay, so now I kind of know where to end my shell. So I'm gonna make this side curve like this. Something like that, okay? All right, and then he does have a spiral. Actually, while I'm here, I'm just gonna go ahead and erase this little part where I went over. Okay, awesome. Now I'm gonna go ahead, and he kind of has like a spiral on his shell, so we're gonna draw that. So to start, you just kind of start in like roughly the center of his shell. You just kind of bring this curved line, and it just kind of slowly comes around like this, like that, okay? Now, we can just make this part come to a point. You can come out, and basically, it's just gonna follow that exact same shape that we just did. I'm just gonna make it a little bit thicker towards the end. Something kind of like that. And then he does have a couple little spots or markings on his shell. So these are just gonna be ovals, okay? Don't have to do a lot of them. Something like this. A couple different ovals, okay? All right, then we're gonna go ahead and draw the bottom of him, okay? So from this edge over here, it's just gonna be, kind of comes to a point like this, comes back, okay? And then we're gonna jump over to the other side, and I'll show you how we're gonna finish this here. So this part just makes a little bump out, and then it does a bigger kind of oval line like that, okay? Now the bottom's just gonna be kind of like wiggly. I don't know if you remember watching Gary move, but he's a snail, so he doesn't have any feet. So I'm gonna start from this side actually. I'm just gonna draw a line that kind of comes up and then down, and then it goes up and then down. And you can make these a little bit bigger, you can make them smaller, you can do whatever you'd like. Important thing is we just kind of make it roughly the same shape, and it's gonna connect to the edge over here, like that. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna follow the same shape that we just did, and this is gonna be, because when I color it in, as you can see from the photo, I'm gonna make the bottom part kind of a lighter color. So just kind of roughly that same shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes I think it looks better when it's not perfect, like that, okay? All right, now we just have to draw his pupils. So we're gonna kind of make him looking kind of like straight ahead if he's moving this way. So I'm gonna put the pupil on the right side of his eye, and this is just gonna be a small circle, okay? So you got one small circle, and then outside of that, we're just gonna put a bigger circle. Something kind of like that. All right, and then I'm gonna draw another one on the right side of this eye. So again, small circle, and then a bigger circle. All right, awesome. So now it's time to color him in. So I'm probably gonna do like a lighter pink for the shell, and I'll kind of do like a lighter blue for kind of his body, and like yellowish for his eyes, and kind of the bottom part down here. But you guys are welcome to color him in whatever colors you'd like, or you can pause the video at the end and match the colors that I chose. All right, guys, so as you can see, I chose to color in my Gary, kind of that light orange for his shell and light blue for his body, with yellow for his eyes and the bottom. But I'd love to see what you guys came up with. Feel free to tag me on any social media posts, or have you or a parent email me your finished drawing at drawingjoshua123@gmail.com. But please remember that drawing does take practice, so practice and practice, and always have fun. And if you are looking for anything else to draw, feel free to drop a comment below, and I'm happy to try to work that into one of my future drawings, so you can learn how to draw something that you really want to. Thanks, everyone.